Season of the Haunted is upon us, and Bungie brought back some all-time favorite weapons from the Season of Opulence. After playing with the Austringer for a while, I decided to compare it to the Eyasluna and see if it can take the crown. To be able to do that, I had to deep dive into the normal and enhanced perks to see what they can actually do. So in this video, I will be comparing the Austringer with the Eyasluna and evaluate which hand cannon is better and suggest a few god rolls. Before we jump into the meaty parts, let's look at the aesthetics of both hand cannons, because some people like the looks, some people don't. Some people like the aim down sight, and some people don't. When you look at both weapons, it's fair to say that Eyasluna has a smooth, finished body and can take many shaders and still look beautiful. Apart from the purple jewels on the Austringer, I'm not a fan of the rusted body finish and its ability to butcher almost every shader that you throw on it. So the point here goes to both Eyasluna and Austringer, because it's purely down to your preference, right? Now let's quickly look at the hidden stats for both hand cannons. Please note we are comparing base Austringer to the base Eyasluna here. You can clearly see from the base stats that the Eyasluna outperforms the Austringer without taking any of the perks into consideration. It even has a higher range, stability, handling and aim assist stat, therefore making it easier to use and hit your shots. This is the reason why people say Eyasluna feels crispy. An important stat to pay attention to, and this is if you're an aerial player who like to jump around and shoot people below you, is the new airborne effectiveness stat. Bungie recently made changes to how in-air accuracy works. This is a stat you cannot see in game, but is now built into every weapon in the game. Some armor items and solar fragments help you to increase that stat, allowing you to be able to hit shots while you are in the air. We are not going to deep dive into those details as yet, but I will explain that topic in full details in my future video, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't want to miss out on that one. Anyway, back to the hidden stats. It is worth mentioning that one way you can boost the stats of the Austringer is by crafting it and putting enhanced stats on it. For example, enhanced rangefinder grants +5 handling. So is it really worth it? Let's discuss that in the next section coming up. So for the overall base stats, Eyasluna wins again, and so the score so far is Eyasluna 2, Austringer 1. When comparing the perks on both hand cannons, it gets very interesting because Austringer has enhanced perks but Eyasluna doesn't, because it's not craftable, or at least not as yet at the time of making this video. Now let's start off with Eyasluna. Firstly, please note that Eyasluna has sight instead of barrel perks, but this is not a big deal as you can still stack range, handling or stability just the same. We looked at the hidden stats previously and we saw that the base stats were just incredible, right? However, this thing is the god of aim assist on controller or bullet magnetism on mouse and keyboard. The Eyasluna can stack 100 aim assist value. Its base value of 85 aim assist plus moving target granting extra 10 aim assist passively at all times, plus targeting adjuster mod granting +5 brings it up to grand total of 100. That's insane! This is the reason why people say this thing shoots tank bullets, because you can't really miss your shots. They just connect. It's also worth noting this is a stasis hand cannon, which means you can use it for stasis builds in PvE as well as PvP. When you use the headstone perk, you can break the ice and get ability regeneration. There are also other damage perks that would help out, like kill clip and harmony. You can even do a grenade build with demolitionist. Rapid hit is also a top tier perk, so this hand cannon is basically the jack of all trades, easy to obtain and very user friendly. Let's look at the Austringer. By looking at the perks, it's no surprise this hand cannon is just built for PvP. This weapon is also obtainable by basically becoming a Grim Reaper, or at least looking like someone from the Day of the Dead festival in PvE activities. However, the grind is long to get the 5 red borders of Austringer to drop before you can craft this weapon. Then you still have to level up the weapon to be able to fully craft it with enhanced perks. Let's talk about the enhanced perks, shall we? Most players are opting for enhanced version of opening shot, Eye of the Storm, rangefinder and air assault perks on the Austringer. So I did a little bit of digging on the internet and discovered the benefits these enhanced versions grant, and the results were shocking. I checked Destiny subreddit and found the values that enhanced perks give, and I was shocked. To confirm this, I went to D2 Gunsmith and it was absolutely true. This is what the enhanced perks grant you. For example, enhanced rangefinder gives you +5 handling, enhanced Eye of the Storm gives you +5 stability, and so on. So to me the benefits are minimal for the amount of work you put in by grinding and fully crafting your weapon. Yeah, sure, you get the desired perks and a few extra bonus to stats for your hard work as a reward. However, is the grind worth it? Are enhanced perks worth it? Well, that depends on you and begs for another video for me to deep dive into. Anyway, if you are a PvP player, this hand cannon may be your best option. You have Air Assault, if you want to spec into airborne effectiveness, and jump around shooting people but without stompies of course. As a hunter main, I'm sorry for all the hunters. If you like to be grounded, Eye of the Storm is top tier, and as your health gets lower, you get more accuracy and handling. Opening Shot is top tier too, and just got a buff. So you only have to make sure you hit your second shot, because Opening Shot will help you land your first shot and Eye of the Storm will kick in when your health is low, and it will help you land your third shot easily. However, how often does Opening Shot work? Well, you have to aim down sights for 3.1 seconds without firing to gain the benefits of Opening Shot. I think it's definitely top tier on snipers, as you lane an ADS for at least 3 seconds unless you quickscope or hip fire. It's worth it on hand cannons too, but only if you ADS for 3.1 seconds, otherwise you're not using it. It's worth noting this hand cannon can only get 100 aim assist on the opening shot. Then you're back to 80 aim assist until Eye of the Storm kicks in and bumps that up a little. Whereas the Eyasluna will give you 100 aim assist value at all times due to having moving target. As you already know, I like consistency over situational moments. So, both hand cannons have PvP perks between them, but only Eyasluna has perks that can utilize your stasis build in both PvE and PvP activities. I was reluctant to give the win to Eyasluna here, but as the Austringer is a craftable weapon and has somewhat okay perks for PvE, I would give this one a tie. So the Eyasluna is now on 3 and Austringer is now on 2. By the way, I also have a Discord server which is dedicated to the community and my clan, so if you'd like to join, hit the link in the description and come say hello. You can also find me on Twitter where I frequently post information about the game. Just do it for me, will you? It'll make my day, thank you. Now when it comes to mods, it isn't as simple as put an Icarus mod on it anymore. With the new changes to the sandbox, other mods have become more desirable. I would recommend using Targeting Adjuster. Yes, it does work on MNK, same as it does on the controller. Backup mag to increase the size of your magazine maybe, freehand grip to increase accuracy whilst firing from the hip, and so on. So we finally made it to the part where we put the crown on the king, right? Well, it's a bit tricky to crown one over the other. In this video we have learned that Eyasluna is still jack of all trades and you can use it in both PvE and PvP, complementing your stasis build. Eyasluna also has an amazing but small perk pool which makes it easy for you to obtain a decent roll. Many of you may already have it from completing the Grasp of the Avarice dungeon. Eyasluna is a beautiful weapon, user friendly, and landing shots with it is easier, which is a bonus for the average player in the Crucible. Whether we will be able to craft this in the future depends on Bungie, but it would be nice to add enhanced perks to the already better base stats. On the other hand, Austringer is craftable, which specifically shines more on the PvP side. Although enhanced perks provide a minor bump to stats, but the difference is marginal. Austringer gives you the ability to spec into aerial gunplay, or the opposite if you want to remain grounded. However, the enhanced perks are slightly underwhelming and the grind is tedious for a casual player. Weapon crafting is still new and Bungie is still learning, so hopefully this will improve over time in the future. Austringer is a great weapon without doubt, and many top tier players have already crafted this with enhanced perks. So, who is the winner then? Well, you see, at the end of the day, it isn't about what I tell you and what I prefer or think is the best and works for me, because it's all down to your preference regardless of the stats and the science behind the perks. What works for me may not work for you and vice versa. That being said, I'm keeping the Eyasluna in my primary slot and go-to for PvP, and that's my preference because I perform well with it. I want you to know it was hard for me to choose Eyasluna over Austringer, but I like both of them. It's just that Eyasluna brings more to the table for me as a jack of all trades. However, Austringer is good if not better for PvP due to the perk combinations and it being craftable to your liking. I hope my verdict didn't put you off, and I'm not here to say Austringer isn't good, but we are looking at both weapons from all angles. However, the preference at the end of the day is yours, and so you can use whichever you like. My job is to look at the overall big picture and see it from different standpoints. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it would really make my day if you like and subscribe for more content. I also want to thank everyone for the enormous love and support on my last video that I made. If you guys haven't seen it as yet, please go and check it out on my channel. If you've made it to the end, I want to thank you. You guys are all awesome and I appreciate you all. Eyes up, Guardian. I will see you in the next one.